Hi, I am Dr. Elina Hartwell. Welcome to my channel. Do your thoughts ever feel heavier than your life itself? Not your responsibilities, not your routine, but your own mind. You wake up, and before the day even begins, there's already a stream of thoughts waiting for you. Worries, memories, regrets, quiet doubts. And somehow they feel exhausting, even when you haven't done anything yet. For many people after 60, this becomes a daily experience. It's not always loud, it's not always dramatic, but it's persistent. Thoughts like, I should have done things differently. Why did that happen? It's too late to change now. And the more these thoughts repeat, the more real they begin to feel. But here's something important to understand from a psychological perspective. Not every thought that enters your mind deserves your belief. And learning how to step back from these thoughts, instead of getting pulled into them, can completely change how you experience your day. Let's talk about why this happens first. The human brain is naturally wired with something called a negativity bias. It's designed to focus more on problems than on peace, more on what's wrong than what's okay. And as you get older, this tendency can quietly become stronger. Why? Because your mind shifts into reflection mode. You think more about your past. You replay decisions. You analyze what could have been different. This is completely normal. But here's the challenge. Your brain doesn't replay neutral memories with the same intensity. It highlights what feels unresolved. So over time, your thoughts can start to lean more toward regret, worry, or self-doubt. And if you're not aware of this pattern, it can feel like your thoughts are telling you the truth, but they're not. They're telling you a version of reality filtered by emotion, memory, and habit. So the goal is not to stop negative thoughts completely. That's not realistic. The goal is to change how you respond to them. Let me show you how. The first mind hack is labeling your thoughts. When a negative thought appears, instead of diving into it, pause for a moment and simply name it. This is a thought, not a fact. Or be more specific. This is a worry. This is a regret. This is my mind predicting something negative. This small shift creates distance between you and the thought. In psychology, this is called cognitive diffusion. You're no longer inside the thought, you're observing it. And that one step reduces its power. The second technique is interruption. Negative thoughts often repeat in loops. The same idea plays again and again, draining your energy. To break that loop, you need to interrupt it. Not by arguing with it, but by shifting your state. Stand up, move your body, change rooms, take a slow breath and focus on it. Even something as simple as quietly saying stop to yourself can work. Because thoughts need momentum. And when you interrupt that momentum, the loop weakens. The third technique is reframing. Now, this doesn't mean forcing yourself to be positive. It means being more balanced. For example, instead of, I wasted so much time, you can say, I did the best I could with what I knew then. Instead of, it's too late for me, you can say, my life looks different now, but it's not over. Reframing gives your brain another option. And when your brain has options, it becomes less rigid, less negative. The fourth technique is externalizing your thoughts. When thoughts stay in your head, they tend to grow stronger. But when you write them down or say them out loud, they lose some of that intensity. Try this. Take a few minutes and write exactly what you're thinking without filtering. Then read it back slowly. You may notice that some thoughts don't sound as convincing anymore. That's because you've created distance. You've moved the thought from emotion into observation, and that changes how your brain processes it. The fifth technique is attention shifting. Your mind can only fully focus on one thing at a time. So when you're stuck in a negative thought loop, your attention is locked in. Instead of fighting the thought, gently redirect your focus. Notice your surroundings. Pay attention to your breathing. Engage in a simple activity. This isn't avoidance, it's redirection. And it works because attention controls experience. Where your focus goes, your emotional state follows. And finally, one of the most important shifts acceptance. Not acceptance that the thought is true, but acceptance that thoughts will come and go. Trying to eliminate negative thinking completely often makes it worse, because resistance creates tension. But when you allow a thought to exist without reacting to it, it loses its grip. It becomes just another passing mental event. Now here's what all of this means for you. After 60, your mind is not broken. It's patterned. It has learned certain ways of thinking over decades. But those patterns are not permanent. They can be reshaped slowly, gently, consistently. You don't need to control every thought. You just need to change your relationship with them. From believing to observing. From reacting to choosing. And that shift creates something incredibly valuable: peace. Not because your mind is silent, but because it no longer controls you. So here's your next step. Today, just notice one negative thought. Don't fight it, don't follow it. Just pause and say, this is a thought, not a fact. That's it. Start there. Because even one moment of awareness can begin to change everything. And if this message spoke to you, share it with someone who might be quietly struggling with their thoughts too. Sometimes the simplest shift in the mind can bring the deepest sense of relief.